So why the disselfink, Mary?
The disselfink, first of all, because it's super fun to say.
It's very fun to say.
Disselfink.
Mary and her disselfink. Yes.
And then somebody will
Never
go,
gets old.
Gesundheit. Every time. If they're clever, someone in the room will go, Gesundheit.
Gesundheit.
The disselfink is a magical, mythical bird with the powers of good luck. And he is traditionally pictured on the signs that you find on barns in Pennsylvania Dutch country. Sometimes, not often, but sometimes you will see more than one disselfink pictured together. And if you do, their tails will usually be overlapping, which is a sign of friendship and the blessing of lifelong love.
Oh,
isn't that nice?
it's very lovely.
So what could possibly go wrong with a disselfink, man?
Nothing.
Load up.
Load up.
So let's talk about, how do I know how long that float ought to be? Clearly, what do you call that, a centimeter or so that float takes up is quite a lot more than the space that those 3 stitches are occupying on the front of the work, which is an indication that we probably want the floats to be longer than necessary. What do I mean by longer than necessary? Past any reasonable notion of how long you think that float should be, and a little more. Because remember, this big bad boy has to go over a heel.
Yes.
So, when you're first beginning to do stranded color work, really exaggerate how long that float is. And the trick for getting it exaggeratedly long, yes, that's a word, honest, I just made it up, I ought to know. Watch this. I have 3, really, I do, 3 aubergine stitches across which I'm going to float. Before I float my float, I'm going to pull them way apart. See how far? As far as I could possibly pull them. I'm going to plant my needle to take the next stitch way over there. And then, keeping the orientation true, I'm going to go way past. See, that float right now is almost 2 centimeters long. Well, how did it shorten? By the contraction of the work. It just happens. You never, almost never, will have to worry about tightening or shortening a float. Just keep them artificially long. Oops, I guess I was supposed to change colors there too. Keep them artificially long by stretching across the back of the stitches you are covering. Does that make sense?
It does.
And now that one goes under, 2, 3, and stretch. You really can't overdo this. Well, you can, but it's difficult to overdo it. And when you get to that point, you will have knitted an entire sock and you'll start to go, wait a minute, I can see through the front of the work, daylight, through big holes. Was she lying to me? Send your hate mail to Tina Newton. No, I'm kidding.
Care of Mary Scott Huff.
That's right. Okay, I just made it all the way around the round. Yay! Let's do another row, same as the first. So I'm going to go 3 aubergine, and then we'll switch. It's going to be so exciting. So
It is
aubergine goes
exciting.
below. It is, actually. If we didn't love this stuff, we wouldn't play with string all day.
No, we wouldn't.
I'm still just doing a variation upon picking up the color that I want and dropping the color that I don't. The most amazing thing happens when you let go of worrying about which strand goes where and how to hold them. Your body will find its way, and I have yet to see 2 knitters do it the same way, exactly. It's pretty wonderful. Kind of like I
That's
imagine.
what I like about knitting in general.
So true. All the same stuff holds. What you do is what you do, and you knit your own knit, and that's why we love it.
So your floats are floating.
My floats are floating. And if I'm wondering whether or not my floats are floating, there's one last fabulous trick I'm going to show you.
Oh, I love Mary tricks.
Mary tricks rule, because they're so not about talent or skill. It's only about tenacity and knowing a good trick.
And common sense.
Yeah.
That's
now,
what's so
look at
nice.
this. So from the front of the work we can see those are starting to be checkers, right?
They are.
Flip the work over, look at the wrong side, because who wouldn't want to, and ask yourself, with no tension on the work, don't pull it or push it, are my floats smiling at me?
They are.
And they are. They go schmoop, schmoop, schmoop. Are they smiling?
They're happy floats.
Your sock
So
is
your
happy.
floats are floating well if they're happy.
They're
Love
not
it.
if they look,
They're stressed.
tight and
I'm a tight float.
crunchy and sad.
You're not getting your foot in this sock, baby.
That's right. You can fake it all you want to. You just better know somebody with a smaller leg than the one you were counting on.
Awesome.
Yeah. Happy floats will always smile at you.
Okay, that's the best.
Super cheater. That's
That's not cheating. That's being smart.
I know, right?
Yes. Smart is not cheating.
No, it never is. I'm going to do one more course of this, and then we'll trade colors, and you can really start to feel smug and sassy when the colors begin to look like the thing you're trying to knit. And when I say trying, I mean, working at it. Mm-hmm. Don't you think there is no trying? There's either doing it or
That's right.
somewhere short of doing it.
There's either doing it or not doing it.
That's right. Like Yoda says, there is no try. There is only do.
There is only do.
I think Yoda probably knit quite a few weird-looking hats. Because
Oh,
he had those
yeah.
ears.
Yeah. I don't think anyone was knitting those for him. That was, yeah.
If you are worried about stranding a float across where your two needles cross, don't. That's the one place where you don't really have to stretch the stitches as hard to make your float slack.
It's a natural stretch.
It's a natural thing where that ladder might normally happen in a normal sock or
Yep.
a non-colorwork sock. What's normal anyway? That's the one place where double-pointed needles are your friend.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. I love these two colorways together.
Aren't they the sassiest thing?
Yeah, they really are.
They're two great tastes that taste great together.
They are. They are.
Which one did you come up with first?
Virginius, I do believe it was first. Yes, because that one I've been playing with that one for a while and finally got it down after you and I talked about what we thought would work.
On behalf of the lovers of purple things everywhere, woohoo!
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. So, and I've been careful about purple in the sock club because in the second year of the sock club, a couple of people accused me of only sending out purple yarn, which is really funny because I'm not
It's like not at all what
not
you were
a fan.
about.
Yeah, like I have to work to use purple. So I thought that was
awesome.
pretty funny.
Float like a butterfly, knit like a bee. I think that's a thing too.
That is a thing. So, is there anything else you feel that a beginning colorwork knitter would need to know?
Use needles that you love. Use colors that set your heart on fire. Use yarn that feels nice in your hands. Give yourself and your yarn plenty of slack.
There you go. Thank you, Mary.
Thank you, Tina.